Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another Laser Friday video. All right, so I got to tell you guys, I know I've only really made two pieces. This is the second piece, but I am so excited with this piece and how it turned out. I cannot wait for you guys to see the final results. But so let me at least just start off by, obviously you are watching the machine do its work. This is a horse, and he's got a frame around him, and this guy is 7 layers. So you will see the machine cut 7 layers out. Now, when I did the world map last Friday, and you guys saw that, I had already painted the boards and then I cut them. So this time I decided, you know what? I am going to cut the wood out first and then paint it. There is a lot of trial and error when doing these, and because I'm starting out, I'm just still trying to figure out what the best method is, what the easiest method is, work smarter, not harder, that kind of thing. So when I did the world map, I painted it all first, but then when you throw it in the laser machine, the laser does kind of char the edges and it leaves like a black soot, on the wood, especially this hardboard stuff. So then you got to sit there and clean off the char and, the black stuff, So I figured, you know what? Why don't I cut out the horse first and then paint it? And I figured, you know what? It's going to be easy, no problem. I'll paint all the layers, one by one after they've been cut out. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And as I'm doing it, I'm realizing this was a bad idea. This was not a smart idea. Because as you can see, each layer I did, my table then got dirty, which means I had to clean the table every time I did a new layer. And so I was cleaning the table after each layer. And then after I think the third or fourth layer, I said, why clean it off? Why don't I just put the next layer on top and just, paint it? Well, see, I did it right there. I didn't clean the table. And then I decided to paint the silver. But what was happening was my roller was touching the table and catching the graphite that I had done on the previous layer. So it was kind of making my roller dirty with graphite. So I was not happy with that. And that's when I realized, well, I need to clean the table off after every single layer that I was painting. So I got an old dish sponge and then I was just wiping down the table after every layer. And every layer that goes by, the horse gets thinner and thinner. The hair wispies get thinner, which make it a little more difficult. You can see the table gets filthy. This just really wasn't worth it to me. Like, there I go, cleaning the table again. And I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out, what's the best way to do it. This one here is Payne's Gray, but it almost looked really black to me. So I decided to add a little white to my Payne's Gray, which kind of made it a little bit of like a really dark navy blue. So yeah, that ended up being Payne's Gray. I used Payne's Gray graphite. Then I used silver. And then titanium buff light, which I lightened up with some titanium white. The problem with this titanium buff light is I needed to do 3 layers of it in order for it to actually not look blotchy or thin or transparent. So I had to do 3 layers. But again, see, this is layer 2. Wasn't enough. I had to end up doing 3 layers. This is the background piece. But yeah, so I won't do that again. I just completed a 3rd project, which you will see next Friday. But I did complete another project. And what I did this time around was I painted all the boards first. Then I laser cut. Yes, it did leave some char or whatever. But I took those pieces and did one quick final layer of paint with my rollers. And so I didn't have to worry about, making sure the coverage was good because it already had 2 layers of paint on it. So the third layer I added was simply just to cover the char marks and the burnt edges, and it worked out perfectly. So I'm kind of trying to figure out, I think I figured out what my best method is to do these moving forward. But again, there's going to be lots of trial and error, and I'm going to figure things out as I go. But I'm really, really loving using the machine, and the possibilities and the projects I can do are super duper fun. So here I am doing the horse again and again, cleaning the table. I keep using the same paper towels, so that's good. Layer number 3. So, it's a lot, and having to clean the table every single time really was a pain in the butt. So I won't do it this way ever again. I've learned that lesson. So you can continue watching as I, add second layers and whatnot to these. And while I'm at it, I will remind you guys, for those of you who don't know, I have recently just announced that I will be heading to Dallas, Texas for Fluid Art Experience in September 27th to the 29th. I will be in Dallas, Texas. Again, this will be my third time in Dallas, Texas. So September 27th to the 29th. I am going to be still going to Asheville, North Carolina in May. That's May 23rd to the 25th. If you want information on either of those 2 events, you can check out the website www.fluidartexperience.com. And then, of course, I am teaching in Fort Myers, Florida, with Kathleen from Cause Creations, and we are teaching classes July 13th and 14th. So just a little quick information there. Asheville, North Carolina in May, Fort Myers, Florida in July, and Dallas, Texas in September. All right, so here is the final piece, the top piece, and I did black because I thought it was really cool. And now I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to start stacking them all up. Now, I don't have this completely finished, but I am just going to show you guys how they all stack up and what they look like when all 7 layers are stacked up. So after this video, I actually unstacked them, obviously, and I glued them all one by one. So I put this black layer down, I put glue on the back, put it down, and I used spring clamps to clamp it all closed and together. Let it dry for 30 minutes. Then I came back, did the next layer, the next layer, then the next layer, then the next layer. You get the idea. Until all 7 layers were completed. It was a pain in the butt because even though I clamped it down all the way around with really tight clamps, some of the pieces did actually move a little bit. So my edges around my border were not flush and were not straight. And that really bugged me because it wasn't an even surface all around the outside edge of the frame. So I decided to be, very handy, and I went to the garage and I got my palm sander and I sanded all the edges all the way around on the outside until they were all flush with each other. I got to tell you, I was pretty proud of myself. No joke. So I made it so flush and so straight. And then I took a black paintbrush and I painted the edge all the way around with black. And it was so smooth. And I was super duper impressed with myself. Sometimes I surprise even myself. But yeah, so there's the project. That's what it looks like. It's all glued and ready now. But I hope you guys like it. This beautiful horse is available for purchase if anyone is interested in purchasing him. I believe he's about 16 by 20 inches. I'd have to double check, but there he is. If you're interested, email me. I love him. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick Laser Friday video. Here's a little close-up. You can see this is before I palm sanded it and before it's even glued. So you guys will see the final finished result on Sunday's video. I will show them in Sunday's video. But I hope you guys, and see the inside of the frame, I actually painted that all black too. So I made it nice. I cleaned it up. He looks stunning. I love him. He's like the black stallion to me. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this Laser Friday video. Until next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.